various roles at National Grid. So with that, I guess just Laura, I guess give you a presentation. Appreciate it.
Okay. Thank you for having me, everyone. I really appreciate the time. And as this is one of my favorite subjects, I love to talk about it, love to share what we've got going on. And one of the best parts about my job is I get to give away money. I'm always welcomed at the door, which makes for a wonderful, satisfying career.
Laura, do you want to put your presentation in full screen? Looks like you just have it in.
It's not in full. How do I do that?
If
now we're getting really fancy here.
Oh yeah, on the top left where it says from the beginning, then it will make it free. There we go.
There you go. Thank you.
All right. Oh, terrific. Just a little idea of where our service territories are. We're trying to address some of the most common questions that we get from customers: who's eligible, where does National Grid downstate New York work? We only have the gas side. The electric is supplied, as you know, by the bills that you get in the mail by PSE&G and Con Edison. If you're in the Queens area of Staten Island, but this gives you an idea of where we are prevalent to. We do have some upstate territories, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, but for our talk today, this is the most important. So we have a bunch of programs, and these programs are dictated by the gas rate that you're on. So if you're on a commercial rate, a multifamily rate, or a residential rate, we have a menu for you for energy efficiency. Right now, you have to be a firm customer. So for some of those larger customers like hospitals, universities, occasionally they still have some oil on site, and dual fuel rates right now are not approved, but we are working on that. These programs are funded by you, our customers. That system benefit charge, or SBC, on your bill is what pays for all of this stuff. So, when all these projects are funded by your money, and so we really encourage you to take some of your money back and participate in these programs by doing high efficiency, so you can maximize what you're paying on the bill and get some funding from us. So we have prescriptive programs, we have custom programs, we've got direct install programs. It's just, it's almost a Cheesecake Factory menu, for lack of a better word. Our custom programs are really well funded. They go up to $100,000 on Long Island and $200,000 in New York City. It's all based on therm saves, so it's a 1-year savings. If you install something that's going to save gas at the meter per therm, we give you $1.75 in New York City and $1.50 in Long Island per therm saved. It's a one-time check. And again, it's based on first-year savings. We have some internal engineers that are the best and the brightest, and they come up with our savings calculations. And I'll go over a little bit how you apply for some of those rebates and what some of those measures are in a second. So here's a few examples of some of the custom measures that I'm referring to. Things like energy management systems. We've been doing quite a few of those in recent years. People especially are now comfortable with Wi-Fi thermostats. That goes into more commercial. Now we're doing full buildings. We're looking at things like outside temperature and inside temperature, trying to keep our people comfortable, but also to keep the heating equipment and water heating equipment off as long as possible. The most efficient piece of equipment is when it's off, right? So one of our more popular measures. Combustion controls, it sounds like a really fancy term. It really just keeps your boiler tuned up all year. It's nothing, it's really a fancy appliance that keeps those boilers at perfect tune, so saves you money over the year. It's something that we don't see enough of. Would love to do some more of those, but it saves quite a bit of money. You could save 5 to 10% on some of these measures. Heat recovery, that's a fun measure too. Anything that produces heat, sometimes you can recover it and put it right back into a boiler. Save yourself some preheat on that cold water coming in for your boiler, your steam system, or your laundromat. I mean, the uses of heat recovery are tremendous. Even something as simple as an air compressor puts off a tremendous amount of heat. We can take that and heat some water with it. So it's a measure that can go in almost any building. Insulation, don't have to go into details on that. Everybody knows that insulation it's usually pretty inexpensive, saves you money, has a really good, what we call a measure life. You get good 20, 25 years out of an installation that's done well on insulation, well worth the money. Steam traps, those are large customers. We got 3 programs at that. If you have steam traps in one of your buildings, just email me, because there's three programs for that, and it's a little too much to go into here, but one of our top measures for saving gas. Oh, solar wall, I forgot that was on there. That's an interesting one. We did a solar wall last year for, it was in Stony Brook, and basically a wall using the sun, causes some shade, gives some heat back, really interesting stuff out there. It's a fascinating field. So how complicated is this custom program? It's not complicated at all. So we go out, we do a little site inspection. That's something that we do internally. It's something I do probably a couple of times a month. There's an application with an account number. Tell us what you're planning on doing. What are you thinking about installing? And then we need a cost. We take all those things together, we hand it to our engineers, and they come up with a therm savings. There's no cost to you to do this. There's no fees for National Grid. So it really is a wonderful program as far as being easy to get an incentive letter from National Grid, and we try to keep that process as short and painless as possible. There's a number on this screen, and you're all going to get a copy of the presentation from what I understand. So you'll have the emails and the phone numbers from this presentation. We do have a program administrator. I'll also share my phone number at the end of this presentation, but you can call and get that process started. There's an 800 number, or just email me. That's fine too. And that the email address that you're seeing on the bottom is one that I answer as well. So we also have a prescriptive program. This is even easier. So if you're installing a high efficiency furnace or a steam boiler, a hydronic boiler, if you install something that's high efficiency that meets the criteria of this program, you will know ahead of time what your rebate's going to be. It's all on our website, and it does change every year. So I didn't list the monetary amounts on here. It changes by program, but I'm going to give you the link to go see. Those condensing boilers, this program goes from $75 for like a Wi-Fi thermostat up to $12,000 for a high efficiency condensing boiler. So if you do, 2 or 3 boilers, like in a school district, you're looking at a pretty nice rebate that, as long as the program doesn't change, you're guaranteed if you install eligible equipment. So knowing what that eligible equipment is, kind of important when you're making these decisions, so that you're not disappointed when you go to apply. So little homework ahead of time, take a look at the website. Oh, I'm going to be doing this boiler and it's 95% efficient and it's got this rating, I'm good to go. And this is how much I'm going to get back. So the prescriptive program, again, it's that we have one for commercial, we have one for multifamily, kind of geared towards those people. And we also have a residential, which I'm going to talk about in a little bit. Any questions yet? I can't see any hands because I'm full screen over here, but feel free to interrupt. No questions yet. Okay.
Not yet.
So that prescriptive process I mentioned, it's less than 10 minutes. The new website is on the screen right now. Again, you'll get a copy of this. What do you need? You need a paid in full invoice from your installer. You're going to need a W-9 for your business, a gas account number. You want to have that in front of you, and you will be done with this application for the prescriptive program in less than 10 minutes. We do 10% of these. We do post inspect to make sure that the information that we're getting is correct. Protect the program, and if you can also pay the third party that's mentioned also is kind of a benefit. If you decide that $12,000 or $5,000 rebate, you want to pay your contractor with that, pay a vendor with that, you are permitted to do that. We're just going to do a post inspection on that job. but you do have the ability to assign these rebates to somebody else, which makes the installation a little bit more cost-friendly. So this is not my program, the Economic Development Program, but I did want to mention it to you. I think it's important that chambers understand that there are other programs out here besides energy efficiency, and Economic Development Program is great. Yes.
Lyle's here.
Oh, hi. How are you? So Lyle is our Economic Development Program Specialist. So he's your single point account with that program. You're welcome, Lyle, for sharing this with us in this presentation. But I think it's a great program. Lyle and I work together quite a bit. We've got some fantastic programs, and there really is nothing better than when Lyle and I go to a meeting and we've got PSE&G, Economic Development and we all sit around with our hypothetical checkbooks, and we're able to help our customers with multiple funding options. So I encourage you all to look at those programs, and Lyle, maybe you'll share when they send this presentation out a brochure on your Echo Dev going into a little bit more detail than I have here. Is that good? Lyle?
Sounds great. Sounds great.
Okay, good. So two other programs that I think are well worth mentioning is our direct install. So again, I mentioned earlier that your contribution on your gas bills pays for these programs. One of those programs is direct install, and it's a no-cost installation. We have a separate direct install for multifamily. Their needs are different. The commercial, we've got low flow aerators, shower heads. The kitchen pre-rinse spray valve is very popular with restaurants. Low flow salon spray valves, that's something new for us in the past couple of years. Again, you have to be on a firm rate right now to be eligible. But a great way to save not only natural gas on hot water, but actually, some of your water bill too, which in some instances can be just as much as some of your other utilities. So well worth mentioning here. Again, the website I'm going to give you has information on that. We also have point of sale cooking equipment. So if you have a restaurant or you have, Chamber has trying to help a new restaurant open up, they can go to one of our distributors, and the list is quite lengthy, and they can get whatever we were going to give them on a prescriptive rebate, they can get that out at the register. So it really cuts down that initial cost on opening a restaurant. And it also obviously encourages Energy Store purchases to be made. So residential, a lot of us have homes here on Long Island. You can take a look at some of those rebates as well. Boilers, water heaters, the Wi-Fi thermostat, super popular measure right now. Great way to make sure that your house is okay when you're on vacation and reduce your gas consumption. Super easy application, same as the other. Here's the new website for that. These checks too, we have that website is relatively new, and I've been hearing nothing about really great things about the way that website works and how fast the checks are coming. So it's about, from what I understand, all paperwork in and completed, about 2 to 3 weeks to get a check. A couple of other things that we offer for residential customers is an online energy assessment if you want to do a little check on how your home is doing. Income eligible services and National Grid Marketplace, where you can go online. Here's the website for that, and purchase at a discount some of the things that I just mentioned. And just another thing that we've included in our presentations to get the word out there, our heat program. So this is has some health and safety testing, some Wi-Fi thermostats for eligible clients. Again, aerators and shower heads are mentioned. Really great program. If you know of somebody that would qualify for that, please encourage them to visit some of the website or call that phone number.
Thank you very much, Laura. I know That was very informative, and to find out the amount of things that there are out there, I think is really impressive. To know that, especially I don't own a house yet, so I hope to in the future, and I think would definitely look to a lot of these things to try to build it as efficiently as possible. So thank you for sharing all those resources. Vita, did you want to say a word?
I couldn't move myself. I'm sorry. Good morning, Laura. Thank you.
Good morning.
How are you? For those that don't know me, my name is Vita Scatura. I'm the chairwoman for the Huntington Chamber of Commerce. And Lauren, thank you for putting this together. Great presentation. I think, which I really enjoyed it. I mean, I learned a few things because I'm a homeowner myself.
Good.
How many people did you have? 50, 70, whatever it was? Okay. Perhaps what we could also do as a follow-up, not the whole entire presentation, but maybe a few of the slides, if you could send them to the chamber, we could upload them on our website, as permanent things so people could reference to it. Because, we get the information when you get your bill, but I don't think people read it. And, when you have something visual and, I know a lot of our members go on the website and look. I think this is another way that we could inform our members or what else is available out there, that they
Sure. Well, I can give you a link perhaps to the programs. And if you want any brochures, obviously the presentation, you're very welcome to. One thing I forgot to mention, because it is a little bit preliminary, is we are working on a small business program. So we'll make sure to share that with Lauren. We'll share that with you when we get some more details, but we are, as a company, working furiously to get that program launched to help specifically some of the businesses that were really affected by COVID. So we will let you know when that launches. Too early to put it in my presentation, but you'll be one of the first to know.
Yeah, but even like some of the stuff that you discussed, if they could have a couple of flyers, we could send it to our contacts, and then they could reach out to National Grid, whatever information they need, but at least they have some type of guideline, and because our mission is to make sure that we advocate for businesses and they know what's out there.
Perfect.
Thank you again.
That would be
You're very
amazing.
welcome.
Get the word out.
Yeah, Laura, when you get that program set up, then we probably could actually have between the Sustainability Committee, just some of the other committees, that could be a joint presentation.
Absolutely. We'd love to.
I appreciate it.
And I think in addition, some of the economic development programs as well, we could do a joint presentation. Those would be useful as well for this demographic.
Yep.
Does anybody else have any questions for Laura on the call? No?
All right. I'm going to wish you all a wonderful, safe day then. Thank you so much again for your time and for having me.
Laura,
Thank you so much. Take care.
Take care.
Okay. Bye.
Ready?
Everyone.
Bye.
Bye.